when I was freshly unfatted, I would look at, which is going to be the title of my autobiography.
Nice.
I would look at pictures of me at fat and I couldn't look at them.
Really?
Yeah, you know. Like
yeah,
whatever.
sure.
Like I like those now. Like it's like, look at this fucking dude. I look like Big Hero 6 or whatever that thing was that I look like 6. I could be.
It took me a second.
I'm the father of the kid in Up.
Yes.
That's what I look like.
Yes.
I'm smooth.
The Boy Scout commander.
My face is a volleyball and my hair was, speaking of Michael Richards, it was like Kramered. Yeah. It was sort of back. And then I'm like, yeah. I got this like baby face and I'm 20 and
You're the son of the autopilot inflatable on the airplane.
Oh my God.
You are his illegitimate child that he had with the flight attendant.
Yes. I want to do that show where it's like that. It's that guy as the grandpa, me as the dad, and the kid from Up and it's a generational tale.
Yeah, the airplane guy never says a thing.
And it's like, you were always at work, Dad. What about me? What about your family? And he's just.
Welcome to Tank Top Talks with Matt Braunger. I'm your host, Matt Braunger. Tank tops are ridiculous, but they feel good. And the reason why they feel good is because they're ridiculous. Will Sasso, let's talk about your tank.
Sure. You know, it's not a tank. It's a sleeveless shirt.
Sure, but that's okay.
I don't have it. I do have one tank top right now. Mm-hmm. I want to tell you that I did put it on and look in the mirror and I said, no fucking way.
Sure.
Because it's fleshy colored. And it's not like a novelty, like it doesn't have like a hairy chest and nipples and stuff. I'm saying it's like pink.
Yes.
And
it's see you from a distance and you're a nippleless man.
Yeah. I and it's like really I'll only wear it if I'm like hiking on a trail that I know I'm not running into. Not Runyon Canyon. By the way, a very popular spot. That's why that's interesting to mention.
Yes.
People who are not in Los Angeles.
Very who's who
outside of Los Angeles.
Yes, it does. Yes.
It's not a regional.
Now, you go ahead, reference regionality stuff, but
you know, Runyon, right?
Sure, you know.
But
the cool hike.
Yeah, the cool hike. I'm talking. This is the back hill,
right?
Like, you know, lots more coyotes and shit.
Yes,
I would wear it there. And it's a tank top that Fatty can like take off and stuff in his shorts. So I said no. This does actually have a story.
I'm already obsessed.
Well, this is my wife and I, but in the most glowing. This is what she looks like, but that's not necessarily. That's the most like Tully Savalas / Burt Reynolds.
And
I could ever look.
That's also you if you were like geared up for a role, meaning they had you on steroids,
right?
A meal plan,
right?
That shit where you wake up in the middle of the night and you drink a protein shake and go right back to sleep, and your assistant tickles your back to pass out, kind of thing.
Absolutely.
Where you have the Hugh Jackman Wolverine, the Rock probably every day, you know, the whole thing of, you know,
a Marvel executive for some reason liked MADtv and said, let's take one of the fat guys from MADtv. Let's get. How many were there? There were like probably 5 or 6 fat guys from MADtv. Let's take them all to, well, I mean, you know, there was also fat people, but they weren't the fat guy.
I was out of shape.
Yeah, but you can't be the fat guy.
I can't be the fat guy. I only got the job, I was in the final season because Michael McDonald left.
Oh, really?
That was my theory.
They're like, you're tall.
Right. And a white guy, so you can cover this pop culture thing.
Yeah. Isn't that?
I mean, I talk about this, how me and Eric Price were the only 2 white males the entire cast.
Really?
Yes. Which I was like,
that's interesting.
It was so diverse.
Wow.
It was crazy. Yeah.
And if I'm remembering correctly, back to my years on MADtv, we were all white males, and then there was Deborah Wilson. That's it. Oh no, I'm forgetting some people. It was just all white dudes.
Oh.
It was
Ari.
It was literally it was the kids in the hall and then a black woman. But
without even one gay person.
Nope.
Not even. Didn't have a Scott Thompson.
No. A Scott Thompson-less kids in the hall with one black lady. It's all
white male straight Canadians.
Yeah, it's the Fox version of kids in the. Well, we need, you know, because we're diverse here at Fox. We're not NBC, ABC, or CBS. We need, you know, we had in living color.
You had Bobby Lee in whiteface.
Yeah, that's right. Bobby Lee had to play like. Bobby Lee does a great Bill Maher. Dude. He also does Connie Chung. No. You got to see his Bill Maher.
He was fucking John McCain on my season.
That's right.
Where I'm just like, you look insane. You don't look like a white guy.
Did they ever do the joke that John McCain was a little bit Asian because of his years as a POW? Because I think they were leaving money on the table there if they didn't.
That sounds like a joke that Fox would make them do.
Yeah. Oh, we got to. Here's one.
I got an idea.
Yeah. Not this, but this. So, this is a cock diesel Will Sasso.
I love it.
But this says bola sassola for a reason. So this shirt's from a couple years ago. The last time I played in what's called the bola ball tournament, the Crystal Family Invitational annual bola ball tournament. My lifelong pal Jamie Crystal and his wife Catherine.
Okay,
they have this bola ball, and it's basically ladder golf or hillbilly golf. You know, where there's like, it's like a thing in your backyard. It's just like 2 sticks and then 1, 2, 3 sticks, and then you got like, it's kind of 2 solid balls, kind of like golf balls.
Oh yeah.
With a rope,
yes.
And you toss it.
Right. Sure.
Try to get like the third one is 3 points, 2 points.
Right.
First team to like two versus 2. And teams of 2.
It's that thing where you do it and you hook someone's feet while they're running.
Right, exactly.
And then you would butcher them like a hog.
Right.
Kind of thing, yeah.
You tie their hands behind their back and their legs, and everybody butchers everyone else.
Yeah.
And in the end, 2 people eat everybody.
Right.
So whoever they've bested. So it's like first team to 21, you can't go over. Well, they've been doing this in the backyard, and this is up in Canada where I'm from and outside of Vancouver, for like 15 years.
Okay.
I've only made it to like 3 of them.
Okay.
Just because, living here, and it's like, I can come up this
schedules.
Year. But it's like the biggest deal with my friends that I grew up with.
It's great.
They get together, everyone brings food. A lot of people get super stoned and drunk or whatever, and which helps with this dumb
I'd imagine
thing.
I would have to be drinking.
Yeah,
for that kind of thing.
And to the degree that Jamie has put like, it's got like cup holders like in the next to your station there.
Oh,
there's like a cup holder swaying in the wind.
Oh, when there's enabling stations to a sport,
right?
You know what I mean? You got those ashtrays that are like this high for the joints.
Yeah. Absolutely. And that's for him. It's their shed. So like they go and the guys go and they just hotbox his fucking shed.
Ah, it's perfect.
It's really something.
That seems very Vancouver too. Vancouver THC ingestion is next fucking level.
It's really strong stuff.
Yeah. And the amount that people do there, and recreationally.
And these guys and gals, some of them have like a really crazy tolerance. But it's a funny thing to do every year that they do.
That sounds fun.
So this is our team name, Bola Sassola, my wife Molly and I. And but yeah, it's great. Like, a lot of like the gals we grew up with, a bunch of them come out, and it's really like a nice reunion. And there's a bunch of teams, and then there's, trophies and shit. And so that's what this is.
I love it, man.
Cheers. Yeah.
So I've been trying to get you on this show for months.
We had some scheduling shit.
Well, it's just like, you're always doing something. You're on a network television show that takes probably half your life. Yeah. In a certain sense. You have a child. It's like, I get it, man. I'm just glad to have you here.
Yeah, cheers.
Because we're, buds.
We're pals.
And you're one of the funniest people I've ever known in my life.
Likewise.
Thank you. Well, it's saying something too. Because I've known a lot of funny people in my life.
All right, calm down.
Listen, I'm gonna lick your balls for a little bit.
All right.
Because like you're one of those people who, you're not only one of those people who put out funny stuff and one of the funniest people to ever be on MADtv. It's gonna end soon. Don't worry. Our lives. No, this complimentary tirade. But also the shit you put out online.
Oh.
I would always watch your stuff and go, fuck, he's so immediately funny.
Oh,
and
nice.
It's fun to watch, where it's like an inspiration for content challenged middle-aged men like myself.
I hear you. I don't do any I haven't been doing any content.
But what you did. What you did with like Vine.
Sure.
And the stuff you would put out. Like
addicted to it.
Sure. It was great.
Addicted to it.
It was so funny.
Cheers. It was fun. That shit started, 2013 was when the winter of 2012. And then I remember it well. I just wasn't working. And I remember just being like, I'm going to do one of these every day.
Yeah.
And then you're like kicking yourself if you don't.
Sure.
And also that app was like in camera, like stop, start. You couldn't edit. You couldn't upload anything.
No, you edited as you went.
So I would like get obsessive. I'm as OCD as like the next person, like not crazy, but to the point with like creative things to where I'll be like, I don't like it.
That makes so much sense.
So I'd like throw it away after. But then you're spending like, you're literally in a parking lot in your car doing takes for 2 hours.
Sure.
Going like, I'm sitting in my fucking car.
Right.
Doing a thing that has 7 cuts in 7 seconds.
Yeah.
I am a crazy person, not in a relationship, and just like go home to a dark house and it's like, I was just at the gym. Like how long ago? Fucking 9 hours. What?
Yeah.
Here's a very revealing thing. I remember doing Vines a couple times. And if anyone's ever like people that have done Vine, I think that they would identify with this. I remember doing it to where like the Gelson's is closed, like the grocery store's closed.
Yeah.
It's at whenever they close, 11 or 12.
Right.
And like having like, I'm starving. There's nothing in the house. And like, I don't want to order something bad. Like all there is Thai food and pizza now. It's like 2 a.m. And I'd like go to 7-Eleven and like eat a couple of hot dogs without the bun, just in the parking lot going, I am a piece of shit. I'm a piece of shit. By the way, I'm also eating some like Fritos or something too.
Yeah,
so
but
like,
listen,
I could have just ordered the pizza.
You were being productive, proactively productive. Or it was that thing where most of us were just like, well, I'm just waiting for someone to hand me a job.
Right.
When do I go to the next audition? And meanwhile, auditions are floating away or getting siphoned to. You were the first person who told me it's a shame, but it was a reality I wasn't aware of that now I tell anybody my age who's still trying to do it, it's unaware, that sometimes it'll come down to you and another guy and they'll go, well, I can't decide. Let's figure out who has more of a social media reach.
Ugh, the worst.
It sucks.
I think that's going away.
But it's real.
Yeah, it's real.
Yeah.
I think that's going away now.
Yeah. I think, there was this time.
There was a time where it was the only thing that mattered.
It sucks. Yeah.
Because the powers that be were kind of, I think, looking at social media like the rest of us going, this is important, right? How important is this?
Yeah.
And going, well, just in case it's super important. Like I have a friend who didn't want to do Instagram. He's a fantastic actor, does a lot of great voice work. And he was like, well, I don't want to do Instagram. So he joined Instagram, but he joined it whenever in like 2017 or something.
Yeah.
I had like, only a couple hundred followers, even though there's a heavy rep as far as being an actor. It's, that guy, I fucking love that guy.
Right.
And he had like a real fandom and a lot of respect in the industry. Now people are looking at his Instagram, and he's like, this is better if I don't have it. Yes, you need to be the mysterious guy who doesn't.
Yeah.
If you don't have Instagram, then they could look at you and go, well, if he had Instagram, he'd have 2 million followers.
Yeah.
And like, who gives a shit?
Right.
But he's like well-known, well-respected in his circles, but had like nobody, and it devalued him.
Yeah.
So he lost a role because of that, and it got back to him that it was because of that, and he just killed all his socials.
Of course. Yeah. If you're not going to put some time in and don't even have it.
But also it's like, now it's like, I don't know. Like I honestly, and we both have, young children. So it's like, it's like, and you're busy, you're doing the things that you should be doing in your life.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't really fucking have time to, like, I'll tell you what I don't have time to do. Think of what that bit's going to be. So if there's a bit that I want to do, but there hasn't been one in,
really,
I don't know. I think that my Instagram is just like, pictures of like my dog and like some things from work sometimes.
Well, you got jobs again. Things opened up again. You know what I mean? You did at least 2 sitcoms since that era that I know off the top of my head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now you get to be on Adam Ray's show and make him look funny, which I think is fantastic and very kind of you. He's one of those guys.
Hold on a second.
It's all.
You might text him first.
It's all, I can say, it's all work. It's no sense of humor. Adam is a peach of a guy. No, joking. I'm joking.
Yeah.
But it is that they were he's very, for the record, he's very funny. The Dr. Phil thing is one of those things they're just like, I never would have thought that took off, but it just fucking connects.
And I love that.
And it's so good.
I'm watching some of it and I'm like, oh, this is fucking fantastic. And then I go and do his show, what he did, whatever, like I went and did a live one at the Comedy Store. And it's like, I really love the fact that like, oh, sometimes he's barely doing it.
Yes.
Which is like, that's what's up.
Lets it breathe. There's no desperation to it at all. And I love that I was glad he kind of made you, no offense, be the dancing monkey.
Yeah,
where it's like, where it's like, do De Niro eating beefaroni, do the, whatever, do this. And I get fed so many clips of you on podcasts or, do this, do Jesse Ventura, do, Schwarzenegger, all this stuff where it's like, you just talk to the man. It's like, I don't have my little list of impressions. Can we go down the list for you? Would you what if Robert De Niro
and Schwarzenegger?
Yeah,
and Arnold Schwarzenegger went into...
There's the last cupcake, and they're going to argue over it at a child's birthday party.
One of them is gluten-free, and they're going to eat the cupcake and find out which one has a reaction to the gluten.
I'm not an impressionist, but I had to do all these characters when I got hired on MADtv for half a season. I had to do like probably 16 random guys, famous guys.
Yeah.
And there was a time in my life where, you go on the road and most morning radio has dried up, because iHeartRadio bought it all and stuff. And there's the holdouts that will still let you have comics on to let them promote the show that weekend, but they're mostly gone. There's a time when, post that era, that was 2008 for me. Mm-hmm. I would go on these morning things and they'd be like, okay, so we want you to do Charlie Sheen. And we want you to do, they named all these things. And I'm just like, I did that one sketch, man.
Fucking A.
It wasn't really that good. You don't want me to do my Charlie Sheen. Trust me. Or it's just like, that was the worst I've ever had.
Oh, I can't stand
Have you had that where someone's like, oh, can you do
your thing?
Can you do all these? We're just going to name, and you just fucking go.
Yeah,
like,
for sure. Well, it's also like, I don't have a use for, I don't have a professional use for my impersonations at all, outside of like annoying my wife at home, like
sure.
And she'll be like, "Go outside, like go take that outside."
Well, that one of my favorite videos you ever did is the Italian man when you got that nose.
Yeah.
Thing.
I was just literally,
and she's telling you to stop.
Yeah, no.
I can't tell you how much I've laughed at that shit.
That was, but then it's like, but here's the thing that's the Vine sort of element about that is. I go, well, that's a thing. Maybe I'll do that guy again. Literally.
Sure. I'm
going to do that guy again. I'm going to make a series of those. Then I can't find the fucking, the
nose?
Yeah, I can't find the filter.
The nose is gone.
So I'm like, that filter's not around anymore.
Well, then what makes it funny is that your wife is laughing, but kind of exasperated.
Yes.
Where she's like, you got to stop doing that
Which
voice.
Is every impersonation. But also, like, I don't do, like the ones where I'm like, oh, these are kind of the, whatever, like, oh, here are the impersonations that they sound like the guy that I'll do, or it's like, yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do, it's like, I like doing Jesse Ventura or Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it's fun. You just talk forever as them. But then there's ones that I'm not good at, but I do those. Those are the ones I do at home.
Okay.
That my wife, like, I have a pretty bad Donald Trump. And I also would never want to do a Donald Trump.
Sure.
It's like, fuck that.
What did James Austin Johnson is like?
James Austin Johnson is,
there's never been a better Trump.
Never. And when he's walking down the street, and I'm not going to do it, but he's like, we love Scooby-Doo. Like,
yes.
And it's like just rambling about, we should be able to take the decorations off the walls at Buca de Beppo.
Yeah.
Like, that stuff is brilliant.
Yeah.
And I do a horrible Trump. And it's really only when you have a couple of the things.
Right.
Like I like saying, and a lot of people say I literally have to say the words.
It's pretty good.
A lot of people say, and then you go down with like strong guy, tremendous guy, tough guy, tall guy. And you get quieter. Small guy, tall, busy guy. See, it's not good.
Wait, what was that guy?
Yeah.
Mr. President?
Okay.
Who was the last guy you mentioned?
This guy, blue guy, purple guy. So I do that. I'll do Trump, and it's not good.
Yeah.
And she's just like, I say, don't.
Yeah.
Don't. First of all, it's grossing me. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Or now that we have our baby, it's like, I don't ever want the baby to hear that voice and be like, so just at all. Those are the ones I like to do. Or around my friends, like really hack ones where it's like, nobody in 2026.
Oh, let's go.
Which for one? Me,
go.
For me, it's you put a little something in the drink and go to sleep, bro. It's like, hey, man. Hey, dude.
Serial rapist.
Like, don't.
Stop.
Yeah. And
this is a barbecue.
Right.
Like, we're camping.
Stop it. And also the bit, it's like, well, that's we all know that. You put it in the drink. Rudy, get out of the bathroom. Let Vanessa use the bathroom. Now, Theo. Like, and she's like, holy shit.
Stop.
But I'll get around the guys, and then we're all like, now.
Yeah.
And I can't believe I'm doing it here because it's one of those indoor, away from everyone.
But that's what this is for.
Though, to me, that's what I would love to be on stage at the Comedy Store with Adam Ray and be like, oh, eat some beefaroni. And everyone be like, fucking
please
get out of here.
It would be, honestly, at the store, it'd be 80, 90%, and 10%. I miss him. I miss Bill. Be like a boomer couple.
Yeah.
I love the show was great, and the allegations are allegations.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah. I don't agree.
Thrown out in court.
Yeah. And I don't have to dislike, if I dislike the man, but I like the art. Let me tell you something about Woody Allen.
Why did they go in the room with him? Why?
Oh, jeez. What was she wearing?
Yeah.
I would do that all day. I wish that the Vine app would come back. If the Vine app came back, I would just blow up my fucking account or not, or who gives a fuck. Just all Bill Cosby Vine account. Just all.
Do you have ones like it's the bits around the house? Let's talk about those. Like yours, you saying it's Bill Cosby.
Yeah,
and your friend. My friend was in town, and we were. It was just me, him, my wife, my daughter, and we're all playing. It's probably like 8, 9 at night. Ooh, she gets to stay up. And we're like, she goes, let's do a puppet show. Everybody do a puppet show. So my wife did one, my buddy Zach did one, and I did one. And everybody's puppet show was fucking great.
Yeah.
With her stuffies. Her stuffed animal behind you lay behind the dining room table and you put your arms up. That was it. Good. And mine was just two guys in a bar talking about, the bar's going to close. He's not going to show up. I think we're safe. We kicked him out last night. It's a lot of setup.
Yeah.
And then I had a Labubu. Right, with the eyes.
Yeah.
Hey guys! And it was like the drunk guy, and they're like, God damn it. And it was they're just trying to kick him out of the bar.
Right.
And my wife's like, stop doing this bit of this horribly drunk man. And my daughter's like, this
yay.
She's like the greatest thing.
Yeah.
She'll still have me. She'll take action figures or toys and be like, they got to kick the drunk guy out.
Oh.
Like,
that's the thing.
What have I done?
Yeah. See, if I were to do, this is fucking, I'd do Bill Cosby for my baby daughter. And then if I did that, then she's just like, that's a silly voice that dad does. You know what I mean?
She's doing it around the school.
Yeah, get the bottle and, now we're going to do some tummy time, and just sweet. But that's the voice. Then she would, she would do it at school. And then be like somewhere later, like in her teens, she'd be like, oh, hey, that man, like she's watching some retrospective or something.
Yeah.
Or and then she's like, that's the thing that daddy does. And then goes, he did what? Like, and then she's just in therapy going, that's my father used to. So no, my wife makes a good point.
She does.
Take those outside, go outside, sit in the yard, go, I'm Italian man. Like do that by yourself outside.
That's your cigarette.
Exactly.
That's your cigarette away from the family.
She can come outside and go, no, stop doing that.
Stop it.
But and it's one of those things like, you have the cigarette away from the family.
Yeah.
And if I'm just in the backyard, fuck the neighbors.
Sure.
I'm just back there like, well, that's now you use the bathroom and the routine. Don't use.
They're called the non-emergency line on you, that cop one where like at parties too late. He won't stop doing the Bill Cosby voice.
Yeah. And then my wife will come out like, with the baby like, shh. Oh, sorry.
Good. I'll stub this out.
Zapple zooble.
But you thrive in the Adam Ray thing. So you must be having some fun with that.
Totally. But I'm also a guy, like, I'm not a stand-up, so it's like, I do, in spite of myself, as a guy who has, like, again, I had the last podcast I had, Dudesy, we stopped doing that 2 years ago. So like, I literally have nowhere to do all this dumb shit.
Yeah.
So if Adam Ray's like, come out and clown around on, I am like, hey, everybody.
Oh yeah. Well, then
like I am like,
God bless him, because it's such a setup.
Yeah.
Where I've been like, he's like, oh, can you do this one? Can you do this one? It's I always on the road or whatever. I can't, but it's like, I'm always like, damn it, because you just have this fantastic elevation where the audience is like, we're ready for whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do.
It's a fun audience.
Where I did the Comedy Store last night, and it's just, all right, funny boy, make us laugh. It's great, but it's the gym. You know what I mean?
The gym.
You're just like, all right, wow. I will try some stuff. All right, it's not working too well. Let me do something I've done before.
Yeah.
I think you'll like. Oh, you didn't like it as much as I thought you would because I was in my head and I kind of resented you a little bit. Whereas I want to get, more options like that that Adam's created, where it's kind of like, oh no, they're anything. They're in for whatever you want, man.
Dude, I will say it always to comedians and friends of mine that are comedians, like stand-up comedians, I don't know how you do it. Like I honestly, it's such a crazy discipline that, and I'll also say that I've said this on Wax before too, but it's like, it's an art form that has constantly been under siege for as long as I've been conscious of it. Like, it's like, even when you're a kid and you're watching and you don't know what it is yet. And again, I'm just speaking as a viewer, as a fan of comedy, not being a stand-up, but it's like, you'll watch like the comedian show, whatever it is, late at night. Yeah. Like after Friday night videos.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
I remember.
Yeah. The block after Saturday Night Live.
Right.
And an infomercial. It's like, here are these comedians and you're like, oh, Bruce Baum, I like him.
Yeah.
Whomever. And then there's like one that stinks and you're 14, but you can tell it stinks.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, that's weird. I thought comedians are supposed to be funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just interesting to sort of be in show business. And I've developed this sort of opinion of like, oh wow, stand-up is the only thing where there's just much less of a barrier. There is a barrier of entry, of course, to be a working stand-up comedian, of course.
Sure.
But it's one of those things where it's like, well, there's already the building there and there's a stage and the microphone's there.
Right.
Whereas if you want to do music, you have to play an instrument.
Yeah.
If you're not the Sex Pistols and just like doing something completely crazy or whatever, and then learning, I guess. Or acting, like someone kind of allows you to do it.
Yeah.
Although now you can make your own shit and all that. Or sports, you got to be good at it.
Sure.
Stand up, it's like there are like a lot of like, so what's your thing? Oh, I have behavioral issues and I just can't stop talking. I love the sound of my own voice.
A lot of it is just, I had a drunk guy in a bar in Florida that was just like, how do you do it? And I'm just like, look, man, a lot of it is just not giving a fuck.
Sure.
You might call it balls. You might call it just like having like, a lot of it is sure take some guts, but a lot of it is just like, I don't care and I have to kind of do this.
Yeah.
Like, was it Bruce Springsteen was like, it has to be hard enough to not be doing it, to get you out on that stage, to sacrifice everything.
That's cool.
But it is the thing, the stand-up boom in the 80s happened, what you watch on TV, because disco died. Because all these rooms were not being filled with people dancing. Yep. And that's why it's a brick wall and a spotlight. Because they'd just be like, I can just put a dude or a gal there talking about their life and their genitals, and I'll get the same crowd.
I did not know that.
That's why it was a boom.
Because there were just spaces.
Yeah.
I did not. I've never heard that. That's really interesting.
It's more than that, but
there's other shit.
But it's that. But it is that thing where, because the stakes are so high, not a lot of people will be able to do it long term. But also, your credits don't mean fucking shit. Really. Like, in terms of like, I think Seinfeld said it. He's like, me being famous gets me about 2 minutes of goodwill. And then it's like, all right, where's the funny shit?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean?
I hear what you're saying now. Yeah.
You know, when you look at Michael Richards, the N-word thing notwithstanding, lousy stand-up because he stopped doing it so long.
Oh, he used to do it way back?
Back in the day, back in the 70s and 80s. And I remember it was, who's the guy who used to work with Richard Pryor, bald-headed. He was on Chappelle's show. Legendary writer, very stoic. Paul Mooney. I saw him, and they were like, asked him about the Michael Richards thing, and he's like, I don't think he's racist. I think he's a bad stand-up, and he panicked. Yeah. He's like, he said it in the darkest way possible. He's like, you're a gunslinger. If you have your belt on the wall all that time, you put it back on, you're going to get shot in the back.
That's amazing.
And I was like, wow. Yeah. Where it's like, I can go maybe a couple months, but I'm going to be shittier. So it's like I have to do something in front of people kind of thing. Whereas I don't think that's necessarily the same thing if you're an actor. But if you're an actor, the stakes are so much higher because you have to memorize everything. Sure. You know what I mean? So it's this thing. There's bad no matter how you look at it.
I'm not saying that someone can come along and be a horrible stand-up comic and just be a narcissist who wants to talk in front of people. And succeed. No. It won't work.
Right.
But it is annoying to see like my friends that I've known like over the years that they're on the come up and they're like, they really love it and they're really working hard at it. Yeah. And they're out there. And it's like, well, here's someone who's just a casual,
who
wants it for the wrong reasons, like wants to be famous.
Always going to be that person.
Wants to make money or live the lifestyle.
And I would argue,
but they get put on stage.
The whole you wanted it more than someone else. I don't think that works for stand up. I really don't. Not like sports. Not necessarily even like acting or writing. Because the want of like, I have to fucking kill. The audience is going to feel that.
That's really interesting.
They're really going to feel that, where it's like, I think it's the big thing why Tom Cruise is such a massive star is his effort.
Yeah.
Why Tom Cruise in a sense will never be all that cool is his effort. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because
really well
he runs faster than any young man where you're like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
This is crazy. But it's also like, that's also our guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a guy that could just take a mic and walk in front of the international stage in the World Cup. Hello and welcome to Hollywood. I'd be like, what the fuck? I'd be losing my mind in that moment.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I often imagine myself doing stand-up for the universe, where it's like, what if there was a camera right here and it was going out to Alpha Centauri or whatever? That's and not to be like, how do I relate?
Right.
But just like, how do I relax in that moment to kind of, because to me, that's sometimes the hardest crowd is like 6 people. We're like, how do I make it worth it for you guys? What is this moment?
Right.
You know what I mean? But you have to kind of just be like, let's goof. Let's take the stakes away. That's why people kind of like it when a comic like Ray Romano would get up there and be like, let's just not worry about how well I'm going to do tonight. And we
that's
just
cool.
People and they're like, they think it's funny, where they're like, oh, okay, but you're going to be funny. So it's that thing, you know?
It's great to see. I don't know. It's like, I think sort of like, because I don't do it, it's like, it's sort of, I have less patience than someone who can watch it and empathize as a stand-up and go, oh, they're doing good. Oh, they're trying this. Oh, I respect that. I got nothing.
I want to see you just be silly. I don't want to see you do a setup.
Sure.
With the mistake comics make a lot of times. Well, we all know how that is in the park where we're, you see and your kids running over here, kids over there, right? You've been there, right?
Yeah.
This guy knows what I'm talking about. Where it's like, I don't want to see any inkling of that. I want to see you just come out and be doing Jesse Ventura who can't zip his jeans.
Sure.
Something like that. You know what I mean? Like I would rather, or like whatever your thing is. Where I used to joke on stage. I've mentioned this on stage, how many times you've beat me out for a role.
Oh, no.
And things. Oh, but it was me against 1,000 guys. It wasn't you. You just got it.
Okay.
But I would argue it's not only because you're funny and you're a good performer, you probably are just like, here's what it is, folks. I remember you taught me that, where you're like, you have to go in, do it as well as you can, and then fucking forget about it.
Absolutely.
And it's so hard.
It is hard.
When it's down to you and me we've tested for the same thing.
Yes.
We've signed the same contract.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to psych you out before you go in. I'm like, fuck yourself, Sasso. You ain't taking this one.
Okay.
Right? Remember?
No, see, I don't, because I forget it as soon as I...
Well, you're in the room and I'm yelling the C word at you. You don't remember?
You're like, I hope it goes really well for you.
Root for yourself.
Yeah.
How great would that be if there's one guy We're all, for those of you who don't know, when actors are up for the same role
at the very end,
you all sign the same contract. Well, who knows? Maybe someone gets more money or less.
It's a different.
He gets more money than me. But it's all play money because no one's booked anything
You
yet.
have to sign on the dotted line for what's been negotiated for you if you are doing this role.
That's right.
It can vary now, especially with streaming. But it used to be back in the day that you are signing a 6-year deal.
6 years.
6 years. This is the show. If it runs for 6 years, and then it's like in success, maybe if it's a hit, you can renegotiate after 2 or 3 years, maybe.
Yeah.
But it's like, here's what you're locked in for 6 years, and there's a gradual, maybe a small percentage bump, and it's like here's everything, every little detail of your contract, and they are long, and your reps, negotiate with them, and then you are literally, sorry, as you were about to say, so we're all signing.
Yeah. Sweaty.
Yeah.
Sweaty. Oh, do I have the lines? Do I look at them again?
Yeah.
Oh God.
You keep going in and out of the bathroom.
And with Mad, it was you bring your characters.
Yes.
You do all your characters.
Yeah.
I tore my MCL a couple days before I went in for testing MADtv. I went in on crutches and they started laughing as I'm walking in the room.
That's great.
I'm actually hurt.
Yeah.
Put it against the wall and I'm just standing on one foot.
Oh, so they
doing
definitely
my bullshit.
There's, I'm sure a lot of them.
But it was like I say this to like young comics and actors and stuff who were just like frustrated with the shit. It was like for testing, it was me and Eric Andre and a couple other people, and I was like, well, he's getting in,
sure,
because all of Eric's characters were so fucking nuts. Yeah. He did this like guy living on the street that just got like into your personal space too much. He wore an overcoat, and at one point he goes in front of an executive and he pulls out a handful of dry leaves and goes, "Hey man, you want some sun chips?" You know how often I say that in my head? I was like, awesome. Fucking, and he dumped him on the guy, like some fucking, and it was like, I was that thing where I'm like, he's booking it. He did and I did. And it was like, what?
Yeah.
In what world?
Yeah.
So you just never fucking know.
No, you never know. You never know. And then we leave the room and they start going like, you like his eyebrows? Like just some dumb thing. It's like, yeah.
What about his face?
Yeah, what is it? His
Didn't
face.
He do something with his face?
Yeah. What was the thing he did with his? I don't know. I just don't. I'm putting a check marks next to him, but the Leaf guy.
Did they?
I don't know about the Leaf.
Did they ever do anything with your promo, like your pictures they put out, like doctor them?
At Mad?
Yeah.
No.
Because they took my neck fat out.
Oh, really?
I was probably 30 pounds heavier.
Oh,
wow. Had a decent waddle here. They took it out, and so it was just my little tiny chin.
See, was it good Photoshop?
It was awful.
Yeah,
And I remember going to like the Fox rollout.
Yeah.
On like I think Santa Monica Pier or something, and they had our pictures up. Nick Kroll and Aziz were there, and they were laughing. And Nick's like, the chin magic they did on you. And I'm like, what the fuck? What? That's not my face.
That's hilarious. That's right in that spot though, where it's like. It's not like ILM isn't doing that anymore. Some like assistant is with literally Photoshop 3.1.
The free version.
I can do it. And it's no, you can't. And it's not as advanced as it is now with filters where you can do all that shit. No, they should not have done that to you. To me, see, that's the difference between being the fat guy on MADtv and being the out of shape guy.
Good point.
Why would they do that to the fat guy? We need him to be the fat guy. So they're like, if anything, shading to make it make my fucking double chin or whatever triple, like big real bullfrog fucking neck chin. No, I look back at my pictures at MADtv. There was a time when after the show and I got into shape. I lost a considerable amount of weight while I was at the show, and in a year whatever. This is kind of a boring old story to me now, but it's like 27 years ago. I lost 200 pounds.
Wow.
And,
my God.
And in a year, and no lap band, nothing like that. It's just, I was 24 and my body really took to it. And I was at the gym 2, sometimes 3 times a day.
Wow.
And my eating went from not knowing how to eat. I had this incredible trainer teaching me how to eat. And then I went to an extreme where it was all steamed vegetables and chicken. And I literally was obsessed with it. And, I'll say this, the second 6 months that I lost the weight, I was on Hydroxycut, and it's like speed, you know?
Yeah.
It was a diet supplement, a pill.
Yeah, I remember.
And it's back when it had ephedrine, which is now banned.
Yes, I remember ephedrine.
Yeah.
I've snorted that.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, like, because it was in Ritalin. Wow. And that was like, I was not a big cocaine. I've done cocaine, but it was one of those things where the few times I did it, I was like, oh, you can never do this again because you drink too much on it. You know what I mean?
Really?
I've always been a drinker. Okay. It's always been like much more curved now, but like it was always been my thing. But Kyle and I used to crush up Ritalin and snort it.
Really?
Yeah. And it was,
but
it's that
miscreants.
Yeah, really not. Obviously not to brag. It's gross. But yeah, ephedrine was same kind of thing.
I would take it and go for a 2.5 hour walk. That was my shit.
Nice.
So I needed it to get rid of that real brown fat, or maybe I didn't, because the first 100 pounds just fell off, and then I lost all the weight. Anyway, my point is, after I lost the weight and all my body issues and stuff, and like, you know, being like, now I'm like a former fat guy.
Yeah.
Then I gained weight back, and you know, it's like I'm fat again because I don't know what I'm doing or why I'm fat, or anyway, all that bullshit, all that stuff that we all have in one way or another.
Sure.
When I was freshly unfatted, I would look at, which is going to be the title of my autobiography.
Nice.
I would look at pictures of me at fat, and I couldn't look at them.
Really?
Yeah, you know. Like
yeah,
whatever.
sure.
And now it's like, okay, they're a big, huge fat guy, whatever. I've been every size since and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like I like those now. Like, it's like, look at this fucking dude. Look at this young fucking idiot.
You and Happy Madison.
Yeah.
You look like a Pixar
Happy
character.
Gilmore. Yeah.
Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
That's Happy Madison, the production company.
Right.
Happy Gilmore. Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
I do like,
you're entirely smooth.
Yes, very good. Young. Thank you. I'm very smooth. I look like Big Hero 6 or whatever that thing was like I look the Michelin Man kind of. I look like 6. I could be.
It took me a second.
I'm the father of the kid in Up.
Yes.
That's what I look like.
Yes.
I'm smooth.
The Boy Scout commander.
My face is a volleyball, and my hair was, speaking of Michael Richards, it was like Kramered. Yeah. It was sort of back. And then I'm like, I got this like baby face, and I'm 20 and I'm fat, and good times.
Yeah.
I look back and I go, look at this sweet boy.
Yeah, look at
no fucking clue.
Look at that kid.
Look at that fat kid. And just, you know, your heart's going to explode.
You're the son of the autopilot inflatable on the airplane.
Oh my God.
You are his illegitimate child that he had with the flight attendant.
Yes. I want to do that show where it's like that. It's that guy as the grandpa, me as the dad, and the kid from Up and it's a generational tale about the three of us going fishing and learning about each other. The airplane guy
never says a thing.
Yeah.
It's just smiling. Yeah. Sometimes he has a cigarette if he just got laid.
But it's like, you were always at work, Dad. What about me? What about your family? And he's just,
you're doing so much work.
Yeah.
Just yelling at this, basically an inner tube.
Yeah.
The whole time.
I think audiences are ready.
I think they're ready. I think that's what IMAX was literally made for. As far as
IMAX. Now on IMAX.
We're going to shoot this shit like the Odyssey.
What is going on with
70
the fucking business?
international locations.
Yes.
Movie's going to cost $300 million.
Yeah. $300 million. Oh, geez.
Let's get Matt Damon.
Yeah, let's get Matt Damon.
Okay, he can be like the innkeeper. We got to have him.
He's just got to be in there.
Yeah, we got to get him on
Who's the guy who did that? Chris
Nolan?
Yeah,
Christopher Nolan.
From Christopher Nolan.
I love that we're both Chris.
Yeah.
Our friend.
Chris. I don't know who anybody is. Yeah, it's being fat was fun, but and I'm fat, so I know it's fun still.
No, you're big.
Well, I'm big, but I'm big and fat.
But you're also, I would put you with Belushi and maybe Farley to a degree. Farley was definitely fat, but could do like you have an athletic background.
Sure,
you did athletic things.
Farley played football and could do cartwheels, and I mean
exactly.
You've
tackled me. You're really good at it. You know what I mean?
Have?
Yeah, well, just dicking around.
All right.
You know.
Yeah. Pretty soon you go through a window and you're like
fucking strong as shit. You know.
Farley is on my list as far as like the greatest physical comedians of all time.
Yeah.
I mean, and arguably at the very top. But yeah, it's like I mean, as of the visible ones, it's like Belushi, Farley, John Ritter, Jackie Gleason, Curly from the Three Stooges.
Yes.
Like back in,
I think Farley, I think I've told this story, but like he might be the exception of like do it. You want it so bad it will happen.
Yeah.
As a comedian, he did that because like there's a famous story in Chicago where they always say play to the height of your intelligence.
Yeah.
And I've told the story on this show, and I'm sorry, but I just want to tell you, basically, when you audition for a tour co or main stage, you go up and you'll do characters or whatever. And I think he did what would later become Matt Foley,
right?
Even though Bob Odenkirk wrote that.
Yes, yeah.
And he basically came out and was like entered the scene and just tripped on purpose and smashed a non-collapsible table with his body and got up and was like, sorry.
Yeah.
And it killed so fucking hard that even the people who were like the arbiters of taste, height of your intelligence, were like, there's no way we're not hiring him. We fucking have to. He just killed so hard.
The stories I've heard about that, like him joining Second City and stuff, was like the level of undeniable.
Yeah.
My good pal Tommy Blacha, who's like the funniest guy in the world.
Yeah.
He was like in that Chicago scene. He's a writer. And he was like, he said something really interesting about Farley. He goes, I don't care if Chris Farley never decided to go to Second City and never became a fucking actor and a comedy legend. There would still be hundreds of people going, yeah, that whoever on screen is, that guy's funny, but there's this fucking dude. And there would just be a trail of stories. It would be like, oh, the funniest guy in the world.
Did you hear about? Yes.
This guy, his name was Chris Nolan Farley. And he was the funniest fucking, like, I don't give a fuck who you're watching, Jim Carrey, whatever, like, the funniest guy in the world is this dude who he used to do. The guy who used to do an impression of a 600-pound father getting off the couch. That guy.
Yes.
That's the guy.
I was at that party with that guy.
Yeah.
The guy with a pitcher of beer in each hand.
Yeah. And
that
poured
guy?
them on the thing and did a backflip onto the table. Oh, he's the funniest person to ever live.
My friend Matt Dwyer used to sell Chris Farley acid. And I was like, that guy did acid?
Oh, no.
What the fuck?
Oh, no.
How did he find the time to be funny and so drunk and eating so much and and do like, wait, he did
acid? Mind altering,
not just body and brain altering substances? And the mind and the brain are two different things. But I love the fact that we're all, stand up notwithstanding, we're all in this goofy, funny guy club.
Sure.
And gal club.
Yeah.
Like Mo, who alive is funnier than Mo Collins?
Mo is so fucking uniquely hilarious. She's Carol Burnett.
You can't have the 40-year-old virgin without Gina.
Yes.
To me, that's the funniest scene in the whole fucking movie.
Sure.
Your name's Gina? Gina, what's up?
Yeah.
Thinking about getting back on that pole. Like the lesbian who's just aggro and wants to turn him into a woman. I remember fucking crying.
And she came in with that. That was all improvised.
Of course she did.
Which is unbelievable. It's like, hey, what else should we put in this movie? You do something. You write.
Bring Mo in.
Yeah, just have Mo do whatever she wants.
And how many people like that do we know that are these fucking ninjas?
Yeah.
That are just like I love the whole Seven Samurai thing where everyone's good at their own little thing,
right? And
we all kind of talk about each other like, oh fuck, did you see so and so?
Right.
So and so.
Yeah.
So I remember when shades of Mad, but like I don't know if you remember this. It was me, you, Frank Caetti. Who else was there? Fuck. At least 2 or 3 other funny Dumbos. And we were waiting to go in for some sitcom thing.
Yeah.
And they were also, they didn't know what they were going to do. I think they were doing different roles that day.
Right.
And there were younger guys there. And the younger guys were fucking stressed.
Okay.
And we were kind of like goofing.
Sure.
We all knew our stuff, but we're like catching up with each other, making fun of each other. I had Lance Barber on the show, and we had the age where we were playing young fathers, and some of us became fathers, so we'd watch each other's kids.
Yeah.
While we're going in for auditions and stuff.
Awesome.
And so it was that era, so we're like probably late 30s, early 40s,
right?
And we all want the part, but we're like you said, what about his eyebrows?
Right.
We know that. We don't know.
It's going to be whatever.
And these guys around us are doing the thing you don't do, where you're doing like a physical, like, get back, Wonder Woman, look out, or whatever the thing is, where you're like, oh, you're openly acting.
Right.
Stop.
Yeah.
Just go in there and do it. Don't practice. Whatever you do out here is not going to help you in there.
Right. It's over.
Don't.
It's already over.
And
by the way. It was over before you got in the car.
It was either you or Frank Or one of the other guys, one of the other yahoos started doing like things like you're cleaning a gun.
What?
Hey, we're doing the lines.
Right.
And like Frank or me saw it and we're like, yeah. And I just started like cooking eggs. Like,
right.
We're just doing object work, you know? And the lines are like, honey, I don't know if I want to go to work today.
Right.
I'm tired. I think I'm hungover. Whatever the line is. Yeah. The dad we're playing, the husband we're playing, we're looking to play. We're doing that. And I think it was Frank who started like fucking had a quiver of arrows.
Yeah. And was shooting.
Doing his. And all the young guys are like, what?
What are they doing?
What are they doing with that?
Yeah.
You know? And then one guy is just zoned out. And he's like, handsome guy, 25. And he's just he's holding something. And Frank and I both noticed that he's just looking at his own headshot.
Oh,
this is back when we all brought headshots in. But I think he's just zoning out. I think he's just...
He's looking at his own eyebrows.
He's looking at his own face.
Right,
though.
yeah.
And I don't think that's occurring to him. That it's weird.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
Looking at his own face. Like, how glad are you that we don't bring... I wish auditions would come back more, but we don't have to bring a fucking...
headshot.
It's a picture of me with the things I've done stapled to the back, and here you go, throw it on the pile.
Very weird. When nowadays you
throw it on the fire now.
Yeah.
So he's just staring at it, right? And I notice it, and I knows it too. And Frank takes his, and just only loud enough for me and him to hear goes, "Look at his photograph."
Jesus.
Starts doing the Nickelback song, and I'm just like.
Yeah. Right.
And you heard him and I heard, and we were fucking crying.
Oh, that's funny.
Like this young guy is having this moment of pathos.
They're so...
Like he's been an actor since he was 6. And he's so...
I was at an audition once with, it was me and Brett Gelman, and it was before I'd met Brett. We didn't know each other.
Sure, yeah.
And we're just sitting there, and like, I know who he is, you know, and this is like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And we're just two guys sitting, you know, hello.
Yeah.
Sitting there waiting. And we're the only two guys in the room. And then there's like someone working in the front, just a receptionist and a young lady, and this like really cool, you know, we're like, whatever, we're in our 30s.
Yeah.
And this like really cool young dude, like this 20-year-old dude in like literally a leather jacket.
Yeah.
After his audition comes down, and he's cool as shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, and he comes down, he's like, hey, all right, so he starts talking socially with the girl, like, yeah, it's a good bar. Yeah, like, da-da-da. And he's like, just the fucking guy, right? And then he's like, turns to us, and he's like, all right. Like, gives us a thing or something, like, have a good one. All right, dude, you know, have a good one. But we're like, we're older.
Yeah, sure.
And he's like, you know, all right, you guys, good, like, something like that. And just flings the door open and leaves. We're just sitting there. And Gelman turns to me. When you were 20 years old, would you ever behave that way in front of other like actors? And I'm like, no, I'd be fucking terrified of everything. He's like, what the fuck is wrong? And the gal at the thing, she's kind of giggling, like, yeah, you know, the guy's clearly hitting on her. She's like,
of course.
That doesn't happen all fucking day.
No, I know.
With all these
pretty
dudes.
girl with a clipboard.
Right, yeah. So... And it was just like, we immediately bonded over like, oh God, we've been auditioning for whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, can you just fucking play it a little closer to the vest? Like, and it's cool day. He picked up, this is the coat, not this one. And he's in there, and then he's got to make everyone's life a hell and then go back to making his girlfriend's life a hell or whatever. But it's like, it was so funny that we both were like, had the same reaction.
And I've often been like, man, I mean, maybe that's just how the young dudes are. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
They're not.
Yeah.
I've done the thing where it's like the role is the me and then the younger cool guy.
Yeah.
We have a scene together. We're doing that at the audition. They bring us in pairs kind of thing. And it's like, most of them are just real, oh, hey, nice to meet you.
Well, I feel like now with like Gen Z, like they're like more polite and sensitive.
That's right.
You wouldn't get that. Like that guy's an elder millennial now, maybe. Yeah,
exactly.
I don't know.
Exactly.
So it's like that, and you know, whatever. And it was Timothy Chalamet. No, I don't know. I don't know who it was. But yeah, it's like now which is kind of like he's an extinct animal. Maybe he'll come back.
And I wonder about those guys. I remember those guys when I first moved here 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And we would do comedy shows in random bars in Hollywood. And I remember there was a show that bunch of guys put together called the Beef Curtain Cowboys. Okay. And one guy played a didgeridoo. There's a guy dressed like Darth Vader who played drums, and another guy would just yell.
All right.
And they had this big thing. It was a big show at the Improv. We'd all do stand-up, and they do their fucking stupid band.
That's insane.
And so we got, because they had some cachet, they would he would put on the show, and these Hollywood bars were all full of hot people.
Yeah.
Hot people in their 20s. And I moved to LA at like 29.
Okay.
So like I was turning that corner of, you're not going to, never were that cool. But like I'm never the leather jacket guy. Never have been. But those guys were in full force in this bar. And the band would get up and do something crazy. And you'd see all these dudes chatting up chicks, sunglasses indoors. And they'd turn to the stage and go, what? They'd all shade tip. What is this?
Yeah.
There was like this level of cool judgment that I think Gen Z would see and be like, what the
We can't do that.
Fuck.
No,
that's the cringiest thing I've ever seen.
And even like our generation, like there were those, back then it was like the 3/4 length leather coat.
Yes.
And the sunglasses. And you're like, it's like, who's that? Is that Steven Dorff? No, he just looks like Steven Dorff.
There were 1,000
there's a bunch of Steven Dorffs. And then you're like, Steven Dorff. There's an actual Steven Dorff.
Those are actual ones.
It's that there's an actual Steven.
If you hit Steven Dorff, he splits into 7 Steven Dorffs.
There's somewhere north of 3 dozen Steven Dorffs. But
guys, their agents are like, you should start smoking. Start smoking.
It's like, and especially like showing up, like, I don't know, when I got out here, it was like, just, again, I'm the kid from Up's dad. And it's like, I remember I went to a party.
And I'm 23.
I went to a fancy, like a cool people party once, and I was wearing I'll never forget it. I was wearing a yellow like polo shirt and like cargo shorts, like khaki cargo shorts.
So you're literally dressed like the kid from Up.
Literally.
Pretty
Holy
much.
Shit. This is real. Reality it's interesting.
Sure it is.
Yeah, that's the Mandela.
Sorry, go on.
No, I just remember being at, and the reason I bring it up is because Steven Dorff was at that party.
Nice.
And I have these memories of like rubbing it up against these people and just getting more and more like, what am I doing here? It was such an interesting time for super cool people, which you could not be as a like 450-pound 20-year-old.
But I would argue, dude, no one gets to be that. Like really, if you really look, and I'd say this as an old man, being at those things now, and I've gone, I went to the premiere of Deadpool versus Wolverine because Rob Delaney is Peter in it. My wife reps him, and he's an old friend, and so I got to sit like 6th row. And I'm just like, well, there's fucking Hugh Jackman. I could touch him. Rob's right there, and the whole cast and Ryan Reynolds. We stayed at the 4 Seasons with them. I'm in the elevator with Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds. Yeah. All I want to do is touch their bodies. Their bodies are fucking incredible. Yeah. I'm just like, you look like an action figure. Yeah. Let me touch your shoulders.
It wouldn't be weird if you grab both of their penises. I
just want to fucking nuzzle and maybe blow them both. No, but I say this because I got to go to the party. Yeah. And it was everyone. NSYNC is there. I'm next to fucking NSYNC. Would like of the now. Matt Rife is there. I go on the road with him sometimes. Yeah. He's a sweet peach, and all these people are there. Hugh Jackman. Anyone who's famous in New York is fucking there. Yeah. And it's so fucking crowded you can't move. The VIP section looks like hell. Yeah. And I'm just sitting there with my beer, and I'm like, I want to go. Yeah. And I think you felt like that back then.
Oh, yeah. It's unnerving to, well, even now, it's like if I go somewhere where there's like a lot of very famous people, I do always feel like, I don't, like, I do. I just get, because I don't really, I'm not a go out person. I'm just not. So, I do feel really weird around, not weird, like I don't get starstruck at all. Right. Like I'll talk to whoever or whatever, but it's just me. I go like, why should I be at this? Why am I here?
Let me say something on behalf of the entire world. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything anyone has ever done that compares to Kenny Rogers Jackass? To me,
Gina in 40-Year-Old. No,
those are the kind two touchstones of modern comedy: Gina and the 40-Year-Old Virgin,
and Kenny Rogers
Jackass.
I just got bored, dude. That's why.
But like that's a thing you'll always have. So I mean, I think people probably get starstruck around you,
Well, I mean, sure. There's people who are like, hey, you're my guy.
They want to put you in a white wig and hit you with a spike bat.
Yes.
And tase you.
Yeah. Real taser, real spike bat. That's where the funny comes from. It's got to be a table that isn't scored and won't break.
Nope.
That's the magic.
That's it. You have to actually hurt your spine.
I think about the shit we did. I think about the shit we did at Mad, and I was a young dude, and I showed up, and I was like, and it was the Kenny Rogers thing was already written. It was actually Blaine Capatch, who's one of the funniest people in the world.
Blaine is incredible.
He's so fucking funny.
Incredible writer.
And
performer.
Yes. And just one of the funniest people I've ever seen. And just being around him, I was like, just mystified by how funny he was. And it was my first season. And I used to sit in the script coordinator, the script assistant's office. There were these two dudes. And I would sit there and just literally go through their recycling bin and read sketches.
Shit.
Because they were printing, because we were so cheap at MADtv, they would print scripts on the back of other scripts.
Of course.
So there was a pile of like blue and pink and salmon and, pages. And I was just reading shit that was like from the 2 years before I got there, right? Because I joined in the third season. And I'm reading, and there's this Kenny Rogers Roasters sketch. And it's Kenny Rogers Broasters. And it's just him just going, boy, I love barbecue. But it's Kenny. There's nothing weird about him.
Right.
And it's just, the bit was that everything gets so saucy. We shot the sketch. It's on the show. And it's like, I pat a kid on the head and there's just nothing but barbecue sauce. And so it's just by the end of it, everyone's like coming up. So come on down to Kenny. And I'm doing a Kenny Rogers impression. And I go, who wrote this? What is this? And it's like, oh, Blaine wrote that. And he was still there because I used to stay until everyone left. I'm like, that's how I'm going to get fired.
Genius.
I would just stay there until I would literally watch a TV there used to be this TV in the entryway of the writer's offices. I just sit there and it's like, it's Will's office. Like I would just sit there and watch TV and try to come up with something and then go and make sure that every writer had a pitch with me in it trying.
Oh, genius. Yeah. So I did that too.
Yeah. And I'm like, this show's going away. I'm getting fired. And so I went into Blaine's office. I go, well, this is fucking hilarious. He goes, yeah. I wrote it for Dave Herman when Dave was at the show. Dave Herman was a fucking genius.
Yeah.
And it was something like, Dave didn't think it was funny or something. I don't know.
Right.
Something happened to the sketch. I was like, we should do it. Like, we should see. And he goes, he let me pitch it. It's like, yeah, Will can do Kenny. And I love Kenny Rogers. And
yeah, me too.
And all it is, he's just Kenny Rogers. That's how he actually sounds.
Yeah, perfect. The timbre.
That's what he sounds
like. The fry.
Yeah. And then he's like, lady. And he has fry. So I'm like, I can do that. We did it. It was a funny sketch. Then we did an ice cream parlor sketch. The producers liked it so much that it was like, same bit, ice cream all over everybody. Yeah. Like the fucking soft serve thing breaks and kid just getting sprayed in the face with like a hose of fucking ice cream that thick, just and just bullshit. And we did it. And the next one, it's like, boy, I love ice cream. Okay. And then the third one, I started getting a little weird with it. Yeah. I started giving him a laugh. I'm like, hey, I love ice cream. And it was like, why am I doing that? I don't know. I'm fucking bored. And then the third one, because that was my thing. It was like, I don't want to do characters that reoccur. I'll fuck them up. I'll make them weirder and weirder. I want to do one-off characters. I want to do, idealistic young weirdos as we all were. No. My shit is I do the character once and then impressions I'll do again and again.
Yeah.
But I want to do them in different situations.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Why? So I had very few like reoccurring like characters. But I did impressions over and over, whatever. I don't know. I don't fucking know what I was thinking. So then the third time I did, I was like, I'm Kenny Rogers. And then I remember it was the second season we're doing it. And I said to Brian Hart, who's an incredible fucking writer, wrote on everything, Kids in the Hall and everything. I revered this guy. Used to be the head writer, went on to be executive producer at Mad. And he's like, and I was like, I think could his hair be kind of fucked up? And he's like, why? And I'm like, I don't know. His hair should be fucked up. He's like, I'm Kenny Rogers. And he's like, I'll make you a deal. It was Kenny's Duets. It was an album
Yes.
Elemental P-Tail Records. It's Kenny's Duets. He goes, you have a testimonial shot. You're standing next, you're in the living room set, and you're like, hi, I'm Kenny Rogers. I have so many friends, and my music is my life, and my friends are my life, and now it's Kenny's Duets. And it's like Mo as Cher,
sure, Pat
Kilbane as Marilyn Manson, Alex Borstein as Bjork, and all these duets he's doing. And so he goes, for the testimonial where you're introducing the records and the album, play it straight. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'll give less of a shit when you're performing, because it's like rock and roll Kenny.
Yeah.
And that was all I needed, because then I was just like, we're fucking turn back time, and just trying to crack Mo up.
Sure.
Which is what everyone, people betting if Mo's going to laugh. And so from there, it was just like, well, Kenny Rogers. This is Kenny Rogers now. Hi.
Sure.
Why? Don't call it Kenny anymore. That's nothing.
No. But I've seen those sketches. I didn't see any of them until I saw Kenny Rogers Jackass.
You saw the crazy shit first.
Yeah, because it made sense, because in my mind, he's got a bottle of Jack.
Sure.
This is just drunk Kenny Rogers.
Yeah.
This is Kenny Rogers we never see. Kenny Rogers, country artist, clearly got drunk in his lifetime. Dude, I want to see it. His hair's unkempt. And he thinks it's fun. He thinks Jackass is fun. He's drunk enough to feel impervious to harm.
Sure.
He's not. He's certainly not. It's just the thing where you put all these parts together and it's just like, oh, this is a perfect comedy machine.
He can take a baseball bat. Well, you could put him in anything.
Yes.
I met one time, I met his attorney. He's something, whatever. And there he is. And he goes, at the end of this meeting or whatever, he goes, I represent Kenny Rogers. And I go, oh, wow. I go, has he ever seen, do you know if he's ever seen the show? And he goes, no. Kenny hasn't seen your bit. And I said, yeah, he'd probably be pretty fucking hammered at 11 o'clock on a Saturday night, right? And he goes, I know that you do a thing. Kenny doesn't have an alcohol problem, like a drink. And I don't know anything about, but I was like, oh, sure he doesn't. Okay. I had this guy believing that I think I'm doing a good impression of a drunk, and that's what I think. And he goes, it's a quite nonsensical, bit of comedy that you're doing. But I was like, no, that's really, you don't think it's a good impression? No, it's a funny thing.
It's how he looks on stage.
Yeah, that's what he does.
When he's singing Lady.
Yeah, he's like, I'm Kenny Rogers. Everyone considered him the coward of the
coward.
You fucking represent him, you idiot. Don't you know who the fuck the man is?
You sing all of The Gambler. You won't let him leave.
Yeah. Come here. And somewhere in the darkness, right? The gambler, he broke even. You know what that means? Yes, he died. But in his final words, I found an ace that I could keep. Come on,
everybody.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
It's so fucking funny that he thinks like that's a perception.
Yeah, he was like, oh, this kid's fucking nuts. Whatever.
When you're doing a Red Skelton drunk, you're not doing the Lenny Bruce drunk.
Yeah.
Lenny Bruce's white collar drunk is the perfect acting lesson. And they're rich, nice clothes, buff nails, whacked out of their skulls.
Yeah.
You think I'm drunk, don't you?
Yeah.
No, miss, you look perfectly sober.
Yeah.
Goddamn right I am. Like
a lot of nose breathing.
The whole thing is like when you're acting as a drunk is like no drunk wants to be seen like a drunk.
That's the hard thing about
act really, really square.
Yeah.
Normal.
Yeah. You know? Acting drunk is hard.
It's so hard.
It's hard. Yeah. You got to kind of, you got to find a thing. Like drunk is.
You've been sober for 15 years or something?
Yeah, I don't really.
You were never a drinker though.
I was never a drinker. So now it's like, I haven't drank and it's whatever. It's been like 14, 15 years. Or I should say, I haven't been drunk in 14 or 15 years. I had a night in Mexico with some pals in Playa del Carmen and it was like Mexican Independence Day.
Oh, yeah.
And we like drank all the tequila in the country.
Of course.
You wake up the next day and you're like, fuck, it's like 3 p.m. We're in paradise. Like we do daytime shit. We go fucking fishing and shit and like take a fish to like a restaurant, go, you fry this? And they go, yeah.
Yeah.
Like all that shit. Now it's like 3 p.m. and I'm like, I gotta go to the gym on vacation because I need to sweat this out.
Oh, me too. That's like, I call it the flush.
Yeah. So then it's like, well, this is a waste. And I just remember like kind of not drinking ever again after that. But I'll have like, it's Christmas time. I want a little bit of Sambuca in my espresso because the Italians used to do that.
Yeah.
I'm in, or you're in Italy, it's like I'm having limoncello after dinner.
100%.
So, or it's like, but I just, I never drank. I never was like super into drinking. So I shouldn't say that. I could get good and pissed with my buddies back in the day. Fall down, just like I know you and we have puke stories.
Of course.
But it's like to play drunk is so different than being drunk. You almost need to like shoot yourself being drunk.
Yes.
In order to see.
Yes.
Because you can't play anyone else drunk. It's the hackiest thing.
No. Well,
it's hard.
Yeah. The I'm being loud, the whole, it's like, that's not how it's done.
You need a specific drunk, and the people who can do it and have a funny take on being drunk, that's great.
Yeah.
But it's like, I've always played it real safe playing drunk.
Yeah.
Like just like swallowing a lot and
just kind of, you're like looking through people a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Bill, listen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bill.
Or just even more diction. Saying words better than you would.
Fine to drive.
Yes. Why would you think that I'm...
And very offended by things.
Yeah.
The fuck, dude? Are you serious?
Yeah.
What?
And then at a certain point...
Oh.
Then we get into the real magic.
That's the magic. Yeah. So you're on anything to plug? The sitcom?
Well, we got the sitcoms back for season 3.
Nice.
So, check that out if you want to watch television.
Say what it is.
CBS Thursday nights at 8 p.m., 7 Central. Georgie and Mandy's first marriage. The show takes place in 1996. It is 30 years ago. It's the next step in the Big Bang universe. There's also Stuart Saves the Universe now, which is going into the future with those characters from Big Bang. It's really interesting.
Your show has been described as the White Cosby Show.
Thank you.
And
yes, that's what it says on the promos for the show. When you watch football on Sunday, it'll say, "Tune in."
They're begging you to stop calling that on press junkets.
Yeah. Come on, watch this. It's a good time and have some fun.
Well, thanks for coming to the show.
Cheers, pal. What a gas. We finally fucking figured it out. We did it.
Good job.
Yay. Love you too.